Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Kings trade and extension of Gavrikov that happened within the past 2 days, yesterday and today. I just want to get my opinions on it real quick and just go from there. So here's the details. Provorov goes to the Blue Jackets in a 3-team trade with the Flyers and Kings. Honestly, this is not a big deal to me as much as the Gavrikov extension, which I'll talk about next. So just going over, Cal Petersen, he was sent down to the Ontario Reign last season, was not performing well, and honestly, I'm not surprised that we got rid of him. The contract he signed with us was kind of disappointing. And to say the least, he didn't perform to what he should have been doing. As the guy who was supposed to be the Kings' next goalie after Quick, things didn't work out well. I mean, I personally never saw him that way, but other people did. And while I wanted to believe that he could do it, he just wasn't up to the task. And so, in the end, we need to make the cap space because apparently, as we know, Gavrikov gets signed today. We need to make the cap space for him as well as maybe keep Korpisalo. So real quick, that's just the short-term goal. That's why we got rid of Petersen in the first place. Phoenix Copley will continue to be the Kings goalie as well. If not the starter, then he'll be back up. Me personally, I think Copley should have started in the playoffs, but again, that's just my opinion. Not saying Korpisalo played bad or anything. He played well, but Copley's the guy who got us there in the first place, and I think he deserved to start at least one of the games straight up. He should have been the guy, but that's just my opinion. In any case, so the other part of this trade was Sean Walker. Unfortunately, the Kings have too many right D. Obviously, you can't get rid of Doughty, and then Roy was probably the most stable on the blue line amongst all the D all season long. So he's a keeper, and then Sean Dursey is the other guy. Me personally, I think he could be the next best defenseman on the team. For most of the regular season, I thought he was. Then playoffs came and he was like one of the worst. So he needs to mature more in that aspect, but I do think he deserves to stay no matter what. And then the lefty is where we're short-handed. Ether is a UFA, so not sure if he's even going to come back. Mikey Anderson, he's locked up for another 8 years starting this coming year. So he's set to be his partner with Doughty. And then there's Gavrikov, who we just signed today. So that's great news. I thought since he came in, I personally thought he was not going to be much help. Really, I did. You guys could go back to my videos about the trade, the quick trade. I personally don't think he and Korpisalo were going to do as well as they did. I was wrong. But in the end, it didn't matter. We still lost. They were both UFAs, and we lost other picks because of it. It really didn't work out. It didn't get us anywhere, and that's a little disappointing. So Gavrikov being re-signed on the left side is great. So now we have two left D. That'll fill 1 and 2. The third spot, I personally don't think we need Ether anymore. He's a little older and he's slower. Towards the end of the season, he was declining in performance, and I think that really showed. So that's where I think Tobias Bjornfoot should come back up and just stay with the team. If not him, we have to go get someone who can play a solid third-line D pair. Personally, I would say try and go get Curtis McDermott back. We need a physical guy who can start hitting, fighting, all that stuff, because he could do that. McDermott was that guy. He's one of my favorite players, and he should have been, we should have got him back. I mean, the Kraken drafted him, and then immediately got rid of him. We should have went out and got him. He's exactly what we needed last year, and because we don't, I don't know what's wrong with Rob Blake right now. He's like falling into the Dean Lombardi trap, where he's just getting rid of everything. Everything we've worked for the past few years on, he's getting rid of it. Prospects, picks, things aren't working out, and he's just tossing everything aside now. He's just giving freebies away. So just like this trade, we get rid of another pick, as well as prospect Helge Grans, and I'm just like, where is this all going? And so I'm a little concerned about the future going forward. As far as the long term, short term it looks okay. We still have some cap issues as well, but it's a little better than what it would be in the future. Which I'm not going to go into details about the future, but I definitely think Rob Blake needs to really think about what he's doing, because I think he's going down the wrong path. I don't think he's doing the right trades and acquisitions, and unfortunately, that's just starting to show. We that's 2 years now straight. We faced the Oilers and we lost in the playoffs in the first round. Needs to get that fixed. So, but yeah, as far as the Petersen Sean Walker trade, it's kind of whatever to me. I'm not happy with it entirely, but it's not the biggest thing. It's to make cap space, and in the end, we got Gavrikov signed again. So, price-wise, at almost just below $6 million, me personally, I think he's overpriced for that. Yes, he played well. He played exceptional. But can he play a full season at that level and get a lot of points as well? Because he's never really been that kind of star. He's never had that kind of stardom. And I think for a $6 million or just under $6 million player, he definitely needs to perform more. And not to say he didn't last year when he came to us, but like I said, I think Durzi is the higher end defenseman, and he should be the next best. And I know it's a team sport, but Gavrikov needs to step up if he's going to have that kind of money, because that's more expensive than Roy, Durzi, and I believe Mikey as well. So you better be like literally the second best scoring defenseman, or do your job perfect at that level. I mean, that's just me personally, but he could prove me wrong. Like I said, he's proven me wrong once before. But yeah, for 2 years, I think Durzi's is up in 2 years as well. So that'll bring us to decisions on what our blue line is going to look like in the future. And so hopefully, after the next couple years, everything works out. I personally like Durzi. I like Roy. I like all the right D. Even going down to Spence. I think they all played super well. I think they're all pretty solid defensemen. And I think the right side's set for the future. But the left side, it's questionable. And we need to start either drafting left D or developing them into better defensemen, or go get someone who's really good on the left side. And like I said, it doesn't even have to be a skilled player either. Someone like McDermott. We need someone to step up for our team. And Gavrikov's a pretty big guy, yes, but I want a fighter. Right now, even the forwards, Lemieux is gone. He was the only fighter left, and he's gone. So it's a little disappointing that the Kings are a pushover team right now because of the size difference. We have a lot of shorter guys, and that's kind of why we lost to the Oilers too. They have a bigger team. So overall, I guess I'm happy that Gavrikov is signed. Just get that out of the way. I don't know. I haven't looked into the details of the King's salary, but I think it's working out. I do expect other things to be done during the off season, but we'll see what happens. Do we need Korpisalo? I don't think so. I think Copley could handle it. If not, just get a backup. The thing about the Kings is they have good goaltending throughout, for the most part. Honestly, I don't entirely blame the goaltenders as much as the forwards. The forwards need to learn to back check. I don't care how much scoring they can do, which sometimes they fail to do. Everyone needs to play defense. That's what the Kings are known for, and that's what the forwards need to do more of this year. And I mean, as this past year showed, the forwards got a lot of minuses. The D got a lot of minuses because of that. We may have scored a ton, which is the best the Kings have done in a long time. However, we also got scored on the most in forever. So, as far as I've been watching hockey, last season, the Kings' offense was the best I've seen, but as well as the worst defense I've ever seen. And that needs to be fixed, and there needs to be a balance. And 3 goals against per game average, that's fine. I know the league is going faster and more scoring, but if we're not consistently scoring like that as well, where we're getting like 4 goals per game plus, the Kings aren't going to look good, and the other teams are just getting better as well. So we need to step up our defensive game and make sure that our goaltenders are getting the same support that everyone else is getting. Because I think Copley and Korpisalo played phenomenal games, and unfortunately for Quick, when he was with us, I personally think the games that he played, our team played at its worst. And I think regardless of his performance in Vegas as well, I think it was our team that let him down. And I'm sad for that. And I'm sad that Quick's gone. But hopefully he's in the Stanley Cup final right now. Vegas is up 2-0 in the series. They play again today. Hopefully, I'm technically rooting for Vegas to win. And hopefully they get Quick another cup. I really hope he does win. He deserves it. And as well as some of the other Kings like McNabb, Martinez, Amadio, go Kings, right? Once a king, always a king. So, we'll see what happens. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Yeah. So overall, I'm kind of a little more downhill on this news, but it's okay in general. Now, granted, if something big happens, then I'm going to be shocked. Like if any more big trades happen, because honestly, right now, the team we have now, I like. Like I said again, it's just a matter of balance. Everyone needs to pitch in. So we'll see what happens. It's still early in the summer. Obviously, the playoffs are still going. So we'll see what happens going forward. Overall, it's all right. But hopefully we fix some issues there, with the team, and hopefully Rob Blake doesn't just discard everything away. In any case, if you like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't for more content on hockey, any of the games I play. I will be trying to get back into making more content more often, so stay tuned for more stuff. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.